by the end of this week also. Okay? So far we said. And like we were saying here, you need to do a good subjective exam. You need to do the observation, your scan, observation, functional test. Functional test very important for the sacroiliac joint. Also, range of motion, palpation, PAs. This is all part of your scan, of your lumbar scan as you learned before as the other part, but that's the important things you will be looking for as you are looking for sacroiliac dysfunction. Then we said the biomechanical assessment of the sacroiliac joint is doing the palpation, asis, psis, sacrum. Is it stuck in one position? We don't do that it's a biomechanical for the sacroiliac joint. We don't do it if you're sure it's not a sacroiliac joint, you're sure it's a higher up lumbar spine, you may not do it. Then what we said here, like Julien was saying, everything needs to fit together. So there's no way you can be stuck in one position and being like pull in the same position, in the same direction. Okay, so maybe you missed something. So you're looking for, I'm stuck in posterior rotation, then the sacrum, the iliac will be stuck in posterior rotation, the sacrum will be stuck into nutation, and then we're looking for, is it I pull in anterior rotation, is it I pull into nutation? Those I pull mobility will be found with your range of motion, with your PAs. We will go over the range of motion assessment as we will be doing the things in standing after. Okay? So, if we do a wrap-up of the scan and the biomechanical assessment, positioning is part of this biomechanical assessment, and there's a couple of special tests that we call the pain provocation test. There's a group of different tests. There's a group of, here we will be seeing a group of 5 tests. It has been shown that if you've got 3 of those tests being positive for pain, you've got a good chance of having a sacroiliac dysfunction. If you look at those, so in the pain provocation test section, which is part of the biomechanical assessment, doing it only if you suspect a sacroiliac dysfunction, there is the asis gap and the asis compression. So those are specific, and those are actually part of the scan. That's the only thing we haven't done as part of the scan is the asis gap, asis compression. So even if you don't suspect a sacroiliac joint dysfunction, the gap and the asis gap and compression will be done in your scan. And the goal is to rule out if you do have an irritation of the sacroiliac joint, if you do have a ankylosing spondylitis, an inflammation of the iliac, the sacroiliac joint. So you're looking for something more specific. Okay? But they are also part of the group of tests that can help you confirm if you do have dysfunction of the sacroiliac spine. So if we start with the asis gap and asis compression, patient will be in the supine position. It's a gap and compression of the asis. So if I want a gap, tu vas me faire un plus gros plan peut-être. If I'm gapping the asis, I will try to bring both asis apart. If I'm trying to compress the asis, I will be trying to compress both asis close to each other. Okay? So I'm stressing the ligament around the sacroiliac, and I'm looking for any pain reproduction. If I'm doing the gap one, it's easier if you do it with your arms crossed. You will be at the asis. Make sure you're gentle. This is not place that are always nice to be pushed on. So So you will be on the inside of the asis so that you can create a distraction, pushing posterolaterally with both hands. You don't have to push hard. You be gentle. And then you will be holding 10 seconds for that sacroiliac test. Looking for pain reproduction, could be anterior, posterior, around the sacroiliac joint. Compression, I will be a little bit low, you can bring it higher up. So I will be on each side of the asis, but more on the lateral side. Before I was on the inside, so that I will create that compression, and I will be compressing this way, pushing antero, supero, antero, super, antero should be, ça dépend relative to what, antérieur relative to the trunk, antérieur mean medially. Looking for pain reproduction. Okay, so that's the two first one. And they are, remember that they are part of the scan. Ruling out most of the time spondylolisthesis, ankylosing spondylitis, something that is more arthritis, an important sprain of the ligament around the sacroiliac, so from a back foot trauma most of the time, but it also can be helped for a dysfunction. Then we will be doing a tight thrust. That's an easy one. It has been shown in a different way. The way we will be doing it is autre faire de repas, and this way. So we will be bringing the patient's leg into hip flexion. I will be having both of my hands on the knee, at the knee level, and I will be pressing down along the axis of the femur, looking for pain reproduction. It can be done straight down vertically, and you can play with some slight adduction and see if there is any pain at one of those angles. Okay, so I'm just pressing down straight along the axis of the bone, the femur, straight down the bit. Okay, so this is the sacral, this is the tight thrust. The Ginsland test is bringing one leg, hip, sacroiliac joint into full flexion and bringing and making sure that the contralateral leg is in extension. And I will be applying, and I will be applying a pressure in extension with that leg and in flexion with the other leg, and see if there is any pain. I need to do it on both sides, and pain could be on either side. It will still be positive. So ASIS gap and compression, Ginsland, tight thrust, and the last one is the sulcus. Je veux dire sulcus, là, je dis tout le temps sacral thrust, j'appelle sulcus. Come on your stomach. J'ai plus de serviette. Je viens de baisser dans ma... Ouais. Comment? Ben oui, je sais. Ah, ici. This is my technique after all. So the sulcus thrust. I will be at the base of the sacrum, and I will be pressing on the sacrum. Looking again for pain reproduction. Quelle heure est-il? Moins quart. Est-ce que j'ai le temps de m'aventurer? Là en plus. Range of motion. Je pousse. Ouais. Okay. Let's practice those then. Let's practice those, have a little break, and then we will be doing the CRW, and we will finish those things tomorrow. Thanks to Julien, which is so nice for you guys. As bad.